A very good evening to one and all. Hope you guys are able to hear me and able to see my screen, guys. Everyone, can you please confirm whether you guys are able to hear me and able to see my screen, everyone? Come on, guys. Just confirm me over the chat whether you guys are able to hear me or not. Yes, fine, sir. So what we have discussed, sir, on yesterday's session? What we have discussed, sir, on yesterday's session? So what we have discussed on yesterday's session, sir? So we talked about what, sir? Indexes. Okay, index in the Oracle, right or not, sir? What is the main purpose of the index, sir? What is the main purpose of the index? Retrieving the data, the fastly from the database table, right, sir? Database table, that's all. Okay, retrieving the data, the fastly from the database table, sir. When you submit the query to the database engine, or when you submit like as an any select query to the database engine or the Oracle engine, so basically how the scan will perform, sir? So it is going to be again row by row or not? If you submit the query like a select a star from employee where salary is equal to 3000 means, so tell me, so how the Oracle will retrieve those records, sir? It will be the comparing that it will compare our select query with the table of data as in row by row or not, sir? Come on, sir. Yes, row by row. So means if our condition got met with that particular row means then particular row of information will be returned back to us, right or not, sir? Right? So in such a case, tell me, so performance will be the poor or performance will be performance will be the poor or performance will be the better? If you have like as in the 1 lakh of records, if you have like as in 1 lakh of records in the database table, and you have just given one SQL query with the simple where condition, in such a cases, so it will be verify like as in the 1 lakh of rows or not, sir? 1 lakh of row by row or not? Instead of making, instead of scanning the table of information as in the row by row, what we need to do, sir? We need to create like as an index on the particular column of the database table or not? Come on, guys. Yes, if your query is considering the filter on basis of the salary means you need to create like as an index on what column, sir? You need to create like as an index on what column? Salary column, sir. Okay, once you create like as an index on the salary column, so data retrieval will be fast or not, sir? Data retrieval must be fast or not? Yes, definitely, sir. Okay, if you have like as in the huge amount of data in the database table, okay, so you can retrieve the records. So you can retrieve the records without index and with index. So definitely you will be the seeing somewhat the difference between what execution speed processes or execution process. Understand, sir? How can we create like as an index, sir, on the particular column of the database table? The syntax for okay, the syntax for what? Creating the index on the column of the table, sir. On the column of the table. What is the syntax for that? Can you please, can you guys send me the chart? Can you guys send me the syntax in the chart, sir? Everyone? What is the syntax for creating the index on the column of the table? So that is create a index, create like as an what index, and then followed by what index name, okay, and then followed by what index name, okay, on then you need to specify what a table name, and then for to guys you need to specify what column names. Agree? Agree, guys, everyone? So this is what like as in the syntax for creating like as in the index on the particular columns of the table or not, sir? Tell me, sir. Tell me, guys. Yes. Okay. So can we create like as an index for more than one column of the database table, sir? Can we create like as an index on more than one column of the database table or not? Yes, definitely, sir. So definitely, sir. So we can create, so we can create what? We can create an index. We can create like as in the index key for what? Multiple columns of an the database table, sir. Understand, sir? Understand or not? Yes. Okay. Yes. So when you create like as an index, when you create like as an index in the Oracle, or when you create like as an index for a particular column of on the database table, internally the Oracle will maintain the data in the form of what format, sir? When you create like as an index for a particular column of an the database table, sir, how the Oracle will maintain the data in the form of how the Oracle will maintain the data in the background, sir, as a balanced tree, sir. Right or not? As a balanced tree. Okay. So actually when we create an index on the database column of a table, okay, Oracle internally scattered the data, okay, scattered the data into an balanced tree, sir. That is what the important point is, sir. Okay. Balanced tree, right, sir? So tell me, sir, when the data is organized in the form of and the balanced tree means definitely the data retrieval will be the fast or not, sir? Come on, guys. If the data got scattered into the balanced tree means definitely the data retrieval must be fast or not? Definitely. That is what like as in the that is what we have discussed on yesterday's session, sir. Okay. So can we have an option to drop the index as well or not? We can drop the index for the we can drop the index or not, sir? Yes. So, okay, and we can have an option. So we can have an option for what? For dropping the index as well, sir. Understand, sir? Everyone, is that clear up to now? These are the things which we have discussed on yesterday's session, sir. So how can you see the query execution plan? How can you see the query execution plan in the CLI interface? What is the command for that? What is the command? What is the command to see the execution plan of our select command? What is the command for seeing the execution plan of the query, sir? What you need to do, sir? To view the execution plan. To view the execution plan for an SQL query, okay, SQL query in command line interface. In command line interface, sir. Tell me what is the command for that? Come on, guys, to view the execution plan, of an SQL for an SQL query in the command line interface of an Oracle of another SQL. So this is what like as in the command, right, sir? Set auto trace, set what? Auto trace, sir. Auto trace on what? Explain on explain, sir. This is what the enabling what? So enabling the execution plan for the query, sir. Okay, what do you mean by execution plan of the, what do you mean by execution plan, sir? What do you mean by an execution plan? It contains what? Internal how the data is fetching from the Oracle database, right or not? It contains the more details about how the Oracle is fetching the data or not? Agree? Yes. Okay. So how can you view the execution plan in a SQL developer tool? To view the execution plan for an SQL query, in a SQL developer interface. What is the command for that? Tell me, sir. How can you see that one, sir? How can you see the execution plan for an SQL query in the SQL developer? Select the query, right click on it, go for the explain and go for the explain plan. Right or not, sir? Right or not? Yes. So see, sir, select a star from employee. This is the command. Right click on it, go for the explain and explain plan. This is what. Or else if you select it and control and just go for what? F10, sir. So where you can see what? Execution plan, sir. Where you can see what? Execution plan. So here see what? The table access data. Okay. So where salary equal to what? 3000. So see, sir. Sorry. Select that one and F10, sir. So see, sir, salary index, retrieving the data from the range scan of the salary index or not? Index scan is there or not, sir? Yes. This is how the data where you can see what the execution plan in a SQL developer, sir. Understand, sir? Understand or not, everyone? This is what like as an important thing, sir. If your manager come to you and ask you, can you show me, can you please can you tell me like how much the what is an execution plan of your SQL query, means you are in the position to answer the question or not, sir? Come on, guys. If the manager come to you and ask you about like as in what is the execution plan of your SQL query, means you are in the position to answer or not, sir? If you get into that the one by one, sir, you will get to know what exactly how the data is fetching into the table. Okay. Yes, that is what the thing you need to keep in mind, sir. Hope you guys are comfortable, sir. How to see the execution plan of and the SQL query in CLI interface and SQL developer tool as well. Everyone, this is what our complex query, sir. If I want to see the complex query execution plan, means what I need to do, select the query and just for do what, F10. So see, sir, this is what like as an execution plan, sir. This is the execution plan of our complex query. See how the data is fetching here. Ashok IT underscore, how Ashok IT underscore employee table, and it is fetching the data from the multiple tables or not. This is what our complex query, sir. This is what is in the complex query. Okay, if you want to see the execution plan of the complex query, means just select it and F10, sir. That's all. You will be the getting what, execution plan. Nothing more than that. So see how much table got access, Ashok IT underscore EMP, Ashok IT underscore projects, Ashok IT underscore departments, Ashok IT underscore what managers. Okay, all the data is nothing but and what set all this the data is scanning or not. So see, sir, Ashok IT underscore employee table is sitting on what, row ID, sir. Row ID. Understand? So this is what how we can see what execution plan of and the SQL query, sir. That's all. Hope you guys are comfortable, sir. So far, any doubts before going into the today's discussion? Before getting into the today's discussion, everyone able to comfortable or not? Just respond me in the chat, sir. Everyone. I'm waiting for your response. Any questions? Any questions before getting into the today's discussion? Sir, index you can create it on columns only, Sudha. Okay. Indexes are always going to even create on top of the columns of and the database table. Understand? Yes, sir. There is a no limit, sir. You can create like as an indexes for the multiple columns of and the database table, sir. Yes. Okay. Any other questions? I got only the few responses, sir. Okay, then. So I'm taking as in the no, and we'll move on to the forward. We'll move on to the session, sir. Okay. Yeah. As part of our today's session, so we will see what, sir, how to work with the views, sir. Okay. Views. Okay. So far we have learned some of the database objects, sir. What are those database objects we have learned, sir? Can you please help me? So what are the database objects we have learned? Table we have learned, sequence we have learned, right or not? And indexes we have learned, right or not? Now we are going to learn with the another new database object called what? View. Understand, sir? So table for what? Storing the data. Table for what, sir? Storing the data or not? So sequence is meant for what? Generating the random value for a particular column of the database table, right or not? Index is meant for what? Retrieving the data fastly from the table or not, sir? Right? And each database objects will have their own specific purpose or not, sir? Come on, guys. Table is meant for what, sir? Storing the data in the two-dimensional array, right or not? Storing the data in the two-dimensional array, sir, such as rows and columns. Okay. Sequences is meant for what? Generating the value dynamically or not? for a column? Generating the value, generating the numeric value dynamically for a column or not? Come on, guys. Try to respond. Try to respond, sir. Everyone. If you are not responding, means I cannot move further, sir. So I just wanted to know, like, whether you guys are in line with me or not. So far, we have discussed these many of database objects or not. Table. What is the purpose of table, sir? What is the purpose of table? What is the purpose of table? Storing the data in the two-dimensional array, such as what? Rows and columns. What is the purpose of sequence? What is the purpose of sequence? Generating the numeric value, for generating the numeric value dynamically or not? Yes. Right? Yes. What is the purpose of index? What is the purpose of index? Just getting the data for the fast execution. That's all. Okay, now we are going to understand what another database object called what? View, sir. View. Okay, so view is also what? One of the database object. Can I say the view is also one of the database object in Oracle database or not? Come on, sir. The view is also an so one of the database object in the Oracle database, sir. In the Oracle database. Okay, so understand carefully, sir. So view is also an one of the database object in the Oracle database, sir. View contains the logical data. Okay, so see, sir, try to understand my point, sir. View always contains what? Logical data, sir. Logical data from the database table. Understand, sir? What do you mean by logical data, sir? Okay, so view always contains what? The logical data from the database table, sir. Generally, table will always contains what? Table always contains what, sir? What, sir? Storing the data physically on the disk. Understand, sir? Physically on the disk, sir. Okay, if you take like as in the database, if you take like as in the table, sir, if you take like as in the table in the Oracle, always meant for what? Storing the data physically on the disk, sir. That is called table purpose. But whereas on the view, so view is a view doesn't store the data. View doesn't store the data on the disk. Understand, sir? It's just representing what? The logical data. It's just representing what? The logical view, sir. Understand, sir? Logical means physical existence will not be there on the memory, sir. Understand, sir? So that is what like as in the view, sir. So view is nothing but one of the database object in the Oracle database, and view always contains the logical data from the database table. So tell me, sir, where exactly the view getting the data, sir? Can you please tell me where exactly the view getting the data? Tell me, sir, where exactly the view getting the data, sir? View always contains the data from where? Database tables. Understand, sir? View always getting the data from where, guys? Come on, guys. Yeah, view always. Okay, view always getting the data from where? Database table only, sir. Okay, view always getting the data from database table. Understand, sir? Okay, what is the difference between the table and view, sir? Table contains what? The data physically existed on the disk, but whereas view, so view doesn't stores the data. View doesn't stores the data, just representing what? The logical data, sir. That's all. Hope you guys are comfortable or not, what I'm trying to say. So view always contains what? Logical data from the table. Logical data from the database table. The difference between the table and the view is what? Table always stores the data which physically existed on the disk. Okay, means it will occupy the memory, sir. table always having what? Occupying the memory. But whereas view does not stores the data, so doesn't stores the data. That's why the view cannot store that's why the view cannot be occupied on the disk. Understand my point, guys? Understand my point or not, everyone? So where exactly the data, or where exactly the view, for where exactly we are getting the data for the view, sir? Original database table. Original database table only we are going to extract the data, sir. Understand? From the original table only, sir, we are getting the data for the view, sir. Understand? Hope you guys are comfortable about these 2 points or not. The third point is the view acts like what? The virtual table, sir. Acts like as in what? The virtual table for the original table, sir. Okay, what do you mean by what do you mean by view, sir? View acts like what? The virtual table for the original database table, sir. Understand, sir? For the original database table, are you able to perform what? Insert operation, update operation, delete operation, select operation? Are you able to do or not? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Are you able to do what? Are you able to do the DML operations on the original database table or not? At the same way, we can also perform what? The DML operations on the view as well, sir. But only the difference is view doesn't have the physically existence in the memory, but whereas table physical existence will be there. Understand, sir? The view act like as in what? The virtual table from the original database table, and whatever the and we can apply and we can apply what? The DML operations. We can apply what? The DML operations on the view as well. Understand, guys, everyone, the third point? Understand about the third point or not? So view, first point is what? View is the one of the database object in the Oracle database. That should be the clear. And the second point is what, sir? And the second point is for what? And the second point is for what, sir? View always contains what? The logical data, sir. The view always contains what? The logical data. Okay. View always contains what? The logical data, sir. View always contains what? The logical data from the database table, which we are getting what? The original database table, sir. And view can view act like as an what? The virtual table for the original database table, and we can apply what? And we can apply what, sir? We can apply what? The DML operations. We can apply what? The DML operations on the view as well, sir. Understand, sir? Understand my point, guys? Yes. Okay. So yes, this is nothing but an the views, sir. And what is an advantages of using the views in the applications? What is the advantage of using the views in the app? What is the advantages of using the views, sir? Okay. Yes. So the number one, sir. So the main advantage of using the views, okay, the main advantage of using the views for what? Simplifying what? Simplifying the data retrieval. Simplifying what? Data retrieval, sir. Okay. Yes. Simplifying what? Data retrieval, sir. That is the first advantage, sir. What do you mean by simplifying the data retrieval, sir? For example, sir. Okay. For example, you got like as on the one requirement. You got like as on the one requirement to develop what? One kind of, so to develop a report, sir, in your application. Understand, sir? So for example, you got a requirement. You got the requirement for what? For developing what? The report in the application. Okay. So tell me, sir, generating the report in the application is nothing but an what? A combination of several tables or not, sir? Tell me, sir, generating the report in an application is nothing but an what, a combination of so multiple tables or not, sir? Come on, sir. Generation of the report is equal to what, sir? Just for combining the multiple tables, combining for what, multiple tables, and extracting the required information or not, sir? Tell me, sir. Come on, guys. So means for this, so as a DB programmer, he will be he or she will be written what, some complex query. Agree or not, sir? Some complex query. Complex query means nothing but a very lengthy query, sir. Okay. As a database programmer, sir, he or she will be the written as an what, some complex query, which is nothing but on the lengthy query, sir. And you tested that query, and you tested the queries, and you tested the query as well, and it was giving as an expected result. Okay. And then you deliver that code, you deliver to the code to the client, and client visited that, client seen that the report, and he asked me, suggested to add some more columns on the report as well. Understand, sir? As a DB programmer, you will be the writing like as in the some kind of the complex query to generate the report from the multiple tables. So once you deliver the SQL query to the client, so tell me, sir, the client may ask you to change something in the report or not, just for adding the new columns into the report or removing the new columns into the report. Come on, guys. Tell me, sir. Typically, the client may ask or not, sir? Client may ask for adding the new columns to the report or removing some unnecessary columns from the report or not. In such a case, again and again, you are going to write for what? The complex query from top to bottom or not, sir? Come on, guys. Again and again, you are going to keep on writing for what, sir? Writing like as in the complex query from the top to bottom or not? Instead of writing the complex query from the top to bottom for every time, what you can do is you can place this complex query into the view. Understand? You can place this complex query into the view, so that will avoid writing like as in the joins for the multiple times. Understand, sir, what I'm trying to say? So DB programmer has written like some complex query and deliver it to the client, sir. And deliver it to the client. Okay. And deliver it to the client, sir. And after seeing the report, by the client, may ask, okay, so may ask to add the new columns or what, remove the unnecessary columns from the report. Agree? From the report. This is what the typically the client may ask you. Okay. Yes. Okay. At the time, what you are going to do, sir, as a DB guy, as a DB programmer, again, he or she will write the query. Okay, we will write the complex query from top to bottom. So for adding for doing what, amendments. Amendments means nothing but what, the changes requested by the what, client. For doing what, amendments. Okay, for doing what, amendments, sir. Okay, as a DB programmer, he or she will write like as in the complex query from the top to bottom for doing what, amendments. Hence, this is nothing but what, hence it is what, a repetitive process or not, sir? Come on, guys. Hence it is a repetitive process or not? Come on, guys. Hence it is repetitive process or not? Adding the new columns to the report or removing the existing columns from the report. So it is going to be in the repetitive process from the client or not, sir? Okay. To avoid the burden. So in order to overcome this problem, okay, so the DB guy or the DB programmer need to create a view for placing his his or her the complex query, sir. Okay, whatever the complex query is there, okay, that complex query, they are going to be placing into where, sir? View, sir. Okay, understand my point. So that, so that, what is an advantage of placing the complex query into the view? What is an advantage of placing the complex query into the view, sir? You no need of writing the joins again and again. Simply you can extract the data from the view. You can extract the data from the view instead of writing the joins multiple times. Understand my point, guys? So what is an advantage of incorporating the complex query into the view, sir? What is an advantage of incorporating the complex query into the view? Avoid writing the joins for the multiple times. Understand, guys? So in order to overcome the problem, the DB programmer need to create a view for placing for what? For placing his complex for placing his what? Complex query, sir. Okay. The advantage of placing the complex query, the advantage of what? Placing the complex query, sir. The advantage of complex query into the view is what? Avoid writing the complex query with the joins. Instead of that, we can create the view. Okay, we can create the view simply for extracting the information, from multiple tables. Understand my point or not, guys? So tell me. So so joins will impact on the join will always when you are writing like as in the joins, sir, in an application, definitely it will be the having some impact on the database or not, sir? Tell me, sir, when you are working with the joins, sir, so if the table contains like as in the huge data means the query retrieval may take some time or not, sir? The query retrieval may take some time or not? So, but if you place your complex query into the view means, so it will render the results of your report very quickly, sir. Understand, sir, what I'm trying to say? Whatever the complex query is there, whatever the complex query you have built for the report, that complex query I am asking you to place inside what? View. Okay, if you place that complex query into the view means what it will happen, sir? You will be the getting what? An advantage of avoid writing the join conditions for the multiple times. Okay, if you are joining like as in the two tables with a huge data if you are joining the two tables with the huge data means definitely the query performance will be down. If you are writing like as in the joins for the multiple times means definitely the database performance will be down, sir. Instead of writing the joins multiple times, simply you can write the complex query as in the one time and place into the view, and you can execute the view always. Sir. Understand my point or not? Hope you guys understand the point or not? Simplifying the data retrieval or not? So how it is simplifying the data retrieval, sir? You can place the complex query into what? View. So that will gives what? Simplifying the data retrieval process. Understand my point, guys? What is an advantage the first advantage of the view here? Any doubts? So you got like as an one requirement for developing the report in the application. So generation of the report is equivalent to what? Combining the multiple tables and extracting the required information for the report or not? As a DB programmer, he or she will return what? Some complex query and deliver it to the client. And after seeing the report by the client, he or may ask like as an adding the new columns or removing the unnecessary columns from the query. At the time, as a DB programmer, you need to you need to write that complex query from the top to bottom again and doing some amendments. Hence, it is a repetitive process. To avoid that the problem, the DB programmer need to place what? Complex query into the view. So complex query into the view. So the advantage of placing the complex query into the view is what? Avoid writing what? Join conditions for the multiple times. That is the first advantage. And the second advantage is what? The second time onwards, you can retrieve the data from the view itself instead of tables directly. Understand, sir? Instead of retrieving the data from the original tables, you can retrieve the data from the view directly, sir. Understand, sir? Data retrieval from the view is faster. Data retrieval of the table is faster than view, sir. Understand, sir? Data retrieval is going to be very fast in the view when compared with what table. Come on, guys. Very first time, the data will be extracted from the database table. The second time onwards, the data we can extract from where? View itself. Hope you guys understand this point or not, everyone. Whatever the complex query is there, whatever the complex query we have written here, sir. For example, if you consider this one as the complex query, okay, so I would like to place this complex query into the view, sir. How can I place that complex query into the view? Simple. Create or replace view. Okay, a view name, something what Ashok IT underscore view. Okay, Ashok IT underscore view. This is what why the view name has select, sir. That's all. That's all, sir. The view got creating. Okay, create or replace a view name has, sir, and you can place your complex query. Nothing more than that. Simple. The view is going to be created with the name as and what. Simply the view is created. The view is created on a name on what? Ashok IT underscore view. From the next time onwards, I can retrieve the data. I can retrieve the data from the view itself instead of going for database tables. Understand, sir? Let us see here, sir. Whatever the query is giving the result, the same query result is retrieving what? The view itself, sir. Okay, let us see here. Select a star from what? Ashok IT underscore view, sir. Ashok IT underscore view. That's all. This is what like is in the view. I'm selecting the view, sir. So see, sir, tell me, are we getting the data or not? Come on, guys. See, sir, if you execute this query, okay, if you execute this query, sir, very first time, it may take some time. Okay, so when you are retrieving the data from the view, tell me, it is getting the data from the view or not? Tell me, sir, am I getting the data from the view or am I getting the data from the tables? Am I getting the data from the view or am I getting the data from the view? View. Okay, so I placed the complex query. Into the view or not? I placed my complex query into the view or not? How can I place the complex query into the view? Create or replace view name. If this view name is already existed in your database, means it will overwrite the new view with old view. Okay, it will overwrite what? Old view with new view, sir. Understand? If the view is not existed, means then the new view will be created, sir. Understand? So now tell me, sir, from the next time onwards, if the next time onwards, sir, tell me, can I write like as in the join for the multiple times? Can I write like as in the join for the multiple times, sir? Is it required or it is sufficient to retrieve the data from the view? It is very sufficient to retrieve the data from the view, right, sir? Right or not? I no need to remember this I no need to remember this much of lengthy query. I no need to remember this much of lengthy query, sir. Simply I can remember what the view name so that I can retrieve the data from the view, and whatever the data is retrieving that the view is returning, the same data is pulling from where? Tables. Understand, sir? Understand? Hope you guys are comfortable or not? How you can place the complex query into the view and how can you retrieve the data from the view? So far till now, we extracted the data from the database tables. Retrieving the data from the database table will take a lot of time. Okay, sometimes it may down like as in the performance down as well, sir, for an application. Instead of doing that one, retrieving the data from the original tables, you can create a view so that so view will be what you can create like as in the view for your complex query, so that every time you can access the data from the view itself. Understand, sir? Everyone? Any doubts? Hope you guys are comfortable, sir. How to create a view and how can you retrieve the data from the view as well? Okay, that is what like as in the first advantage, sir. So first advantage is nothing but on what? Simplifying the data retrieval process or not using the views. Come on, guys. Simplifying the data retrieval process is made as in the easier or not in the views. Come on, guys. Yeah. Yes. Then the view provides like what? Security, sir. View provides the security. That is what like as in the second advantage, sir. The second advantage is nothing but on what? The security, sir. The second advantage is nothing but on what? The second advantage is nothing but on what? The security, sir. With respect to the security, sir, view always provides what? The security of your table, sir. Why? Because view always created on top of the database table instead of exposing the database table data. Right or not? Right or not? Come on, guys. So when you guys are working with the view, okay. So when you guys working with the view, sir, if you see here, sir, this is nothing but on what? The tables which are involved in my complex query. Okay. So instead of exposing this all tables in my SQL query, simply I'm just giving like as in the view name or not to the user. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Instead of highlighting this all tables, instead of showing this logic, instead of showing this entire query logic to the client, so I can simply give what? The view name or not, so the client can view the information from the view itself instead of tables. Agree? Agree or not? Agree or not? So for example, sir, if you take like as an Ashok IT portal, okay, if you take like as an Ashok IT portal, sir, where you are getting this information, sir, where you are getting this information related to online trainings from the database table. Agree or not? Agree or not? So we are actually the populating the information of this table from one of the database table or not? Come on, guys. Yes, definitely. Right? So application is connected to the database. Application is connected to the database and application is retrieving the data from the database tables itself straight away. Agree, everyone? Yes. Okay. So see, sir, if I'm going to create a view, for the table which we are populating for the online trainings information, so that our application can connect to the database and retrieve the data from the view instead of the table will becomes what? Faster access or not? Come on, guys. Right? Instead of accessing the online training information from the database table, I'm going to retrieve the data from the view from the database. I'm going to retrieve the data of this online training information from the view itself. So that will give what? Better performance, sir. That will give what? Better performance. Understand my point, guys? Okay. So, and tell me, sir, so that if the external applications, are connected to with our applications, means tell me, are we going to expose this all tables? Are we going to expose all this the tables, sir? If any external application is connected with your application, means tell me, if they ask you, so if they had a requirement like to get the data from your database table, means so that simply what you can do, you can develop the complex query and place into where? In the one view and share that view information to the client, to the external application. And we can share what? The view name to what? External application vendor, sir. Understand, sir? So that it will provides what? Abstraction layer of the security or not, sir? It provides the security layer of our application or not? Tell me, sir, if external application wanted to connect to our application to retrieve the data, means instead of giving the access of the table of data, okay, I will give an access to what? View, so that he can retrieve the data from the view itself. That's all. So it's nothing but on providing the security or not, sir? Come on, guys. It's just a providing what? The security or not? Yes. Okay, so okay, so instead of so when the third party applications, okay, when the third party applications connecting to the connecting to our application connecting to our application for retrieving the data for retrieving the data for sorry for displaying the data for displaying the data in the application. Okay, simply the DB programmer, okay, will create a simple view and hand over to what external application vendor and hand over to what external application. That's all. Okay, nothing but on what it's nothing but on what the providing like as in the security, right, sir? Simple, simple, sir. Nothing but on what this you can add it, sir, here. Okay, simply you can add it. So views allows us to implement what, sir? Additional security layer that helps us to hide the certain columns and the rows from the underlying database and exposes only the needed data to the appropriate users or not. That is what the security will do, right, sir? The views are providing like as in the security or not, sir? Come on, guys. It is always hiding like as an unnecessary rows under the columns of the tables information, and whatever the data is needed for the user, that needed information only displaying to the end user or not, guys? Come on, guys. Is it clear, sir, everyone, with respect to the security point? With respect to the security point, views are providing like as in the more secure than the tables or not? Yes. The third advantage, sir, generating the reports. Mostly we are using like as in the views concept. Okay, so mostly we are using like as in the what the views concept. Okay, in the while generating the reports, mostly we are going to use the views when you are generating the report. When you are generating the reports in the application. When you are generating the reports in the application, sir. Understand, sir? Understand, sir? That is what like as on the third advantage, sir. Okay, the first one is simplifying the data retrieval process, and view provides what additional security layer. And the third advantage is for what, sir? Generating the report, sir. Generating the report. Hope you guys are comfortable so far. The advantages. Advantages. Okay. So simply, sir, how can we create like as in the view in the database? How can you create like as in the view in the database, sir? Okay. So the next one is what? Syntax for creating the view in Oracle database, sir. Okay. How can you create like as in the view in the Oracle database? Simple. This is what like as in the syntax. Create a view name, has keyword, and select columns from table and then where condition, sir. This is what like as in the syntax for creating what? The view, sir. For example, so create a view, employee view, okay, EMP view as what? Select star from employee table. This is nothing but an what, sir? View, sir. This is nothing but an what? View. So I'm going to create a view, employee salary view, okay, employee salary view as what? Select star from employee, okay, select a star from, okay, employee where salary less than or equal to 5,000. This is nothing but on what? Salary view, sir. Okay, you can create like as in the view, employee details view, sir. Okay, employee details view as what? Select employee number, e-name, salary, job, okay, and then hire date, okay, hire date from employee table, sir. That's all. Hope you guys are comfortable or not. These are the ways to create what, view or not, sir. Come on, guys. You can go with what as an optional, sir. As an optional here, what? Or replace. Okay, you can go with what as an optional, what? Or replace, sir. Okay, you can create in this manner as well, sir. Create or replace. Okay, as a statement itself having the meaning, sir. Okay, if the view is already present in the table, means it will replacing the old view with new view. Okay, if the view name is already not there in the database table, means then definitely, then view will be creating. Understand, sir? Hope you guys are comfortable, sir, how to create the view from the table. So without a table, can we create the view or not? So we can create it, sir. We can create it. That will becomes what? Invalid view, sir. Okay, without the table, you can create like as in the view. That will becomes what? Invalid view. Invalid view, sir. Until unless the table has been created at the database side, that view becomes valid. Understand, sir? Understand, guys? So types of views, sir. Okay, that is what we are going to talk, sir, here. The types of views. The first one is what? Simple view, sir. Simple view, or we can say what? Updatable view, sir. Okay, simple view or what? Updatable view. That is the first step. So the second one is what? Read-only view, sir. Okay, that is the second type of view. The third one is what? Complex view. Okay, so complex view, sir. Okay, complex view. Okay, and the fourth one is what? Materialized view, sir. Materialized views. Understand, sir? These are the four types of views. How many types of views are there? How many types of views are there, sir? How many types of views are there? Four types of views. What are those? Simple view or updatable view, sir. Okay, and read-only view, complex view, and materialized view, sir. Total four types of the view. Okay, if the view is created from the single table, okay, if the view, okay, let us try to understand one by one, sir. Okay, let us try to understand for what? One by one. First one is what? Simple view, sir. Okay, simple view. What do you mean by simple view, sir? What do you mean by simple view? If the view is created from the single table, such a type of views we can call it as an what? Simple views, sir. Understand, sir? If the view is created from the single table, okay, so without having any joins, and without having any aggregation operations, without having any joins and aggregations, such a type of views we can call it as an what, sir? Such a type of views, what we can say, sir? If the view is created from the single table without having any joins and aggregations, such views called as simple views. Okay, simple view, sir. That is such view we can call it as an what? Simple view, sir. Okay, always simple view always created from the original table, sir. Okay, always created from original table. Original table with all data, or you can go with what? Partial data as well. Okay, so you can place the data into the view with full of data as well as partial data as well, sir. Understand my point, guys? Simple view always created from the original table with all data or a partial data as well, sir. Understand, sir? Yes. Okay, so the point here is once the view got created, once the view got created here, so as a DB programmer, we can have an option. So we can have an option for what? So we can have an option for what? Performing the DML operations. Performing what? the DML operations on the view, sir. Hence, hence this will becomes what? Hence, this will also called as an what, sir? Hence, this will also called as updatable view, sir. Understand, sir? Understand my point or not? Understand my point or not? Once the view got created here, the database programmer, we can have an option for performing what? DML operations on the view. Hence, this will also called as an what, sir? Updatable view or not, sir? Hence, we can call it as an what? Updatable view or not? So means that, so basically, the database table, okay, basically, see, sir, the basically we have like as in the database table, sir. From that, the database table, the view got generated, right or not? From the basically the database table, the view got generated. Agree or not, sir? Okay, view got generated. If you if you are performing any operations, if you are performing any operations, okay, on the view, immediately, okay, immediately reflect, immediately it will be reflected to what? It will be reflected to what, sir? Immediately it will be reflected to what? Original table, sir. Understand, sir? When you are modifying the records in the view, or when you are deleting some records in the view, or when you are inserting some records in the view, definitely it will be reflected to the original table or not, sir? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Yes, that is what we are going to do, see, sir. Okay, it will be reflected to what? The original table and vice versa as well. Understand, sir? If you are performing any kind of an operations on the view, sir, immediately it will be reflecting to what? The original data of the table, and hence, if you add any kind of new records in the table as well, it will be reflected into what? View as well, sir. That's why the simple views is also called as an what? Updatable views, sir. Understand, sir? Simple views are also called as an what? Updatable views. Okay, yeah. Let us try to understand, sir. Let us try to understand, so whether it is reflecting or not, we'll see that one, sir. Okay, what is the table we have? Let us take a simple table, sir. Okay, Ashok IT underscore what? Customers. Customers is not there, customer. So let us verify, sir. Okay, demo underscore customers is there, sir. Let us go with that. Okay, demo underscore customers, sir. So here, so we have some data under this the table, sir. Okay, so we have some data under this the table. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select some columns from this table to create the view, sir. Understand, sir? I'm going to select some columns from this table. Okay, select so customer underscore ID. Okay, customer underscore ID, customer underscore cust underscore what? Okay, cust underscore what? First name, sir. Cust underscore what? First name, and then cust underscore what? Last name, sir. From demo underscore customers table, sir. This is what the, okay, cust underscore name. Okay, these are the three columns, sir. I'm going to select, sir. These are the three columns I'm going to select from the table, sir. And I'm going to place this data into the what? View, sir. How can I place the data into the view, sir? Create or replace view, okay, view demo underscore, okay, demo underscore customer underscore view, sir. Demo underscore customer underscore view. This is my view name. Okay, as keyword, select what? Same query. Same query you can place it here. Okay, same query you can place it here. Okay, that's all. That's all, sir. The view is created or not, sir? Come on, guys. The view got created or not? Come on, guys. The view created or not, sir? Creating the view. That's all. So view got created or not? So what are the columns are there in the view, sir? Tell me. Select star from demo underscore. Okay, demo underscore what? Demo underscore what? Customer underscore view, sir. Okay, demo underscore what? Customer underscore view. So tell me, sir, what are the column names in the view, sir? Tell me, sir. Selecting the data from the view. So tell me, sir, what are the columns? Same as in the column name, same as in the table column names or not? So we are just selecting the data from the view, and that view contains what? The same as on the database column names or not, sir? Tell me, sir. So now what I'm going to do, sir? Performing what? Update operation. Okay, performing what? Update operation on the view, sir. Okay, update view. Okay, view name is what? So view name is what, sir? Demo underscore customer. Okay, underscore view set. Okay, customer underscore. Okay, first underscore name as in what? Ashok IT, where customer underscore ID is equal to what? 7 customers, sir. Tell me, sir, what I'm doing, sir, here? Am I performing an update operation on the table, or am I performing the update operation on the view? Come on, guys. Am I performing an update operation on the table, or am I performing the update operation on the view? View, sir. We are just updating what? We are just updating the information on the view, sir. Okay. So see, sir, I'm going to execute this query here. What is this one? Invalid table name. 1 minute. Okay. So we'll go with what? Table name itself. Okay. No. 1 minute. So let us try to do in the reverse order, sir. Let us try to update the data. Performing an update operation on the table, sir. On the table. Update. Not required. Okay. So see, sir, I'm just performing what? Update operation on the table, sir. See, sir, row got updated successfully, and just select the data from the view, sir. So I just performed what? Update operation on the table, sir. I just performed what? Update operation on the table. So if you see the data from the table, sir, first we'll verify with what? Data from the table. Select star from demo underscore customers. So tell me, sir, 7th customer is updated with the first name as in what? Ashok IT or not? In the table. In the table, sir. Yeah, I will perform, sir. I will perform update on view, sir. Just a minute. Okay. So see, sir, I just performed what? Update operation on the table, sir, of the 7th customer ID as in what? Ashok IT. So I just change it to the Ashok IT. Is the table is reflected or not? So you can select the data from the view, sir, now. So tell me, sir, the view is reflected or not, sir? 7th customer ID is what? Ashok IT or not? So means whenever the table is updated, sir, automatically the view is reflecting, sir. Okay. So let us give a try to update what? View, sir. Let us give a try to update with what? View. Okay. So in place of an Ashok IT, I'm going to go with what? Mahesh IT, sir. Okay. I'm trying to perform what? Update operation or not? See, sir, I'm just performing what? Update operation on where, sir? View or not? I'm just performing what? Update operation on the view or not, sir? Yes. Just verify the data from the view, sir. Just verify the data from the view. So see, sir, 7 is reflected, and same as what? Same as on what, sir? Demo underscore customers table. Tell me, sir, it is reflected to the original table or not? Both ways it is working fine or not, sir? Both ways it is working fine or not? Yes. Okay. So let us give a try to delete the record from the view, sir. Let us try to delete the record from the view. So performing the update operation on the view, sir, here. And then, so what I'm going to do here is performing the delete operation, sir. Performing what? The delete operation on the view, sir. Okay. So delete from what? Yeah, we cannot order it, sir. Sharanya, like if you order by customer ID, that should be the fine, sir. No problem. Okay, if you order like as in the customer ID, that record will comes as an what ascending order. Okay, order could not be an issue here. So the record is reflected or not, that is what the issue intention. Okay, delete from where? So demo underscore customer underscore view. Okay, where so where customer underscore ID, so equal to what? 6, sir. Customer ID is equal to what? 6. So where I'm deleting the data, sir? Where it is, where I'm deleting the record? Tell me. That's what I'm trying to say, Sharanya. Like when you are creating the view, if you add like as an order by class of the customer ID, so that will won't be the problem, sir. Okay. Yes. You can give a try in your mission, sir. Okay. Yeah. So I'm deleting what? I'm deleting like as in the customer on where, sir? View or table? View, sir. I'm just deleting the customer from the view. Okay. Yes. I'm just deleting the customer from the view, sir. Okay. Child records are there, sir. 1 minute. I'm not sure. Let us have the thing. The record is not deleting, sir, because there have some relationship between this table, I believe. Okay. So let us give a try what we can do. Okay, so what you see, update is working fine, right? Similarly, the delete will works fine, sir. In my case, what it is happening is an integrity constraint got there, sir. So this is what demo underscore orders table, sir. Demo underscore orders table of customer ID. Okay, so let me have the look, sir. Delete a star from demo underscore orders. Okay. So okay, order delete from demo underscore orders where customer underscore ID is equal to what? 6. Okay, one row got deleted. So now I'm trying to delete the record, sir. So see, sir, am I deleted the record or not? Am I deleted like as in the record from the view, and you can select the data from the table. So whether it is existed with the 6th record or not, sir. Tell me, sir, do you have like as in the 6th record here? Do you have like as in the 6th record here, sir? No. If you select the data from the view as well, sir, the same story, sir. 6th record will not be there here. So tell me, simple view is also called as an what? Updatable view or not? Simple view is also called as an what? Updatable view or not, sir? Yes. Simple view is also called as an what? Updatable view, sir. When you do the modification on the view, when you do the modifications on the view, sir, immediately it will be the reflecting into the table. And at the same way, when you are doing some modifications on the table, automatically reflecting to what? View as well or not, sir? That is what the simple view, or we can say what? Updatable view, sir. Hope you guys are comfortable. Hope you guys are comfortable or not. Yes. If the particular view wanted to become as an what? Read only view means, definitely you need to create the view as an what? Read only option, sir. Understand, sir? If the particular view is based on, if the particular view should be another created with the read only option means, then we can say what? Read only view, sir. Understand, sir? Everyone? Everyone, is that clear? Creating the view, sir, and selecting the data from the view, performing an updation operation on the view, and deleting the operation on the view, sir. So these are the 4 queries. These are the 4 queries on what? Simple query, a simple views, sir. Clear, sir, everyone? Only the one note point is, so whenever we are doing any modifications, on the view, immediately reflected to what? Database table, and vice versa. Agree? Agree, guys? That is the first type of the simple view, sir. The next one is what? Read only view, sir. What do you mean by read only view? If the view is created, so if the view is created with the read only option, such a views we can call it as an what? Such a views we can also call it as an what, sir? Read only, sir. Understand, sir? If you guys created like as in the view with the read only option, such a views we can call it as an what? Read only views, sir. Understand? How can I create like as in the view with the read only, sir? That's what is the question here. Okay. Yeah. So simple, sir. Create or replace a view. Okay. That is employee department view, sir. Okay. Employee department. 1 minute. Yes, sir. Create or replace the view, sir. That is employee and the department view, sir. Has a has what has what select star from employee. Okay. So where department number is equal to what? 20, sir. Okay. That's all. I'm just creating the view with what? I'm just creating the view with what? The employees whose contains what department with the 20. Okay. So with read only, sir. With what? Read only. Understand, sir? With read only. So this is the way to create with what? Read only, sir. Okay. So means when you are creating the view with read only option, tell me that view is going to be an updatable view or read only view? Come on, guys. If the view got created with the read only option means, tell me, is that view becomes what? Updatable view or read only view, sir? Come on, sir. Read only, sir. Read only means what? You can retrieve the data from the view. That's all. You cannot have an option to perform what? Insert operation or update operation or the delete operation on the view, sir. Understand my point, guys? Understand my point? When you create like as in the view with read only option, always you can retrieve the data from the view and you do not have an option for what? DML, or you do not have an option to perform what? The DML operations on the view, sir. Understand, guys? Everyone? Understand? Okay. Read only views means nothing but what? The view which can create what with the read only option. Okay, with the read only option, sir. Such views we can call it as an such views called as what? Read only views, sir. Okay, such views we can call it as an what? Read only views. Okay, read only view always use it for selecting the data. Always use it for what? Selecting the data, but not for performing what? But not for performing the DML operations. But not for performing the DML operations. Understand, sir? Understand, sir? So the below example, so gives you for creating the view gives you for the creating the view with the read only, sir. Okay, with the read only. That's all. Okay. Yes. Okay, fine. Okay. Yes. This is what like as on the view, sir. Okay. So this is what like nothing but on what? View. That's all. Okay. So see, sir, if let us verify the view, sir. Let us verify the view. So that nothing but on what? Selecting the data from the view, sir. Selecting the data from the view. Okay. Select a star from so view name, sir. That's all. Select a star from what? View name. That's all. 5 records we got, sir. Okay. I am trying to perform what? Update operation, sir. Updating what? Updating the data in the view. Updating the data in the view. Okay. Update. So update. What is the view name, sir? What is the view name? This is nothing but on the view name. Set salary is equal to what? 1200. So where employee number, is equal to what? Okay, where employee number is equal to what? 7369. Okay, that's all. Okay, see, sir, what it is doing, sir? What we are getting an error? What we are getting an error, sir? cannot perform the DML operation on what? Read-only view or not? Are we getting like as another error saying that what, sir? You cannot perform what the DML operation on the read-only views or not, sir? Come on, guys. So tell me, read-only views for only for what? Accessing the data from the views, not for what? Performing an update operation. Understand, guys? Everyone? Understand or not? So the second one is what? I'm trying to update the data from the view, sir. Okay. On top of that, this is nothing but on what? Selecting the data from the view. And what is the error, sir, we are getting? What is the error we are getting, guys, here? So this is what like as an error. Hope you guys are comfortable, sir, about hope you guys are comfortable about the read-only views and simple views or updatable views. Come on, guys. Everyone. Okay. So what is the third category of query? Third category of views, sir? Complex views, sir. Okay. Complex views. What do you mean by complex view? If the view is created from the multiple tables, such a type of views we can call it as an what? Complex views, sir. Understand, sir? If the views are going, if the view is going to be created, if the view is going to be created from the multiple tables, sir, such a views we can call it as an what? Complex views, sir. Okay. If the view is created, if the created by taking the okay, if the view is created by taking the help of okay, by taking the help of what? The multiple tables of another database. Okay, multiple tables of another database, sir. Such views we can call it as an what? Complex views, sir. Okay, such views called as what? Complex views. That's all. So simple views means always you are extracting the data from the single table. But whereas on the complex views means nothing but an what? You are extracting the data from the multiple tables. Such a views we can call it as an what, sir? Complex views, sir. Okay, in the complex views, you cannot perform what? DML operations. Understand, sir? Everyone. So this is nothing but this is nothing but an what, sir? Complex view example, sir. This is nothing but an what? The complex view example. Okay. And selecting the data from the view, selecting the data from the view, sir. From the view. Okay, this is what like as in the view, sir. Ashokite underscore view. That's all. So see, sir, you cannot perform what? Update operation on these complex views as well, sir. Okay, let us give a try, sir. Let us give a try. So what you are going to do? So update. Update Ashokite underscore view. Okay, set project name. Okay, set project name is equal to what? Something what? The banking project. Okay, so where employee underscore ID is equal to what, sir? E4, sir. E4 employee. Okay, where employee equal to what? E4 employee, guys. That's all. Okay, yeah. So see, sir, what you are getting, sir? What you are getting? What you are getting an error, sir? Cannot modify a column which maps to what? A non-key preserved table. Okay, non-key preserved table. Attempting was made to what? Insert or update the columns of the joined view, which is mapped to what? So means, sir, what it is saying, sir, by seeing this an error, you can get to know what? You cannot modify the information of the complex views. You can, instead of doing that the modification in the complex view, sir, it is suggesting you to do the modification on what? Underlying base tables directly. Understand, sir? Everyone, is that clear, sir? Come on, guys, what do you mean by complex view? So if the view is going to be created by taking the help of the multiple tables, such a views we can call it as an what? Complex views, sir. Complex views are going to be an updatable views or read-only views? Tell me, sir. Complex views are nothing but an what? Updatable views or read-only views, sir? Come on, guys. When you are trying to update the data into the view, what it is going to be the happening, sir? It is suggesting you, what? To perform the update operation instead of the view, saying as an what? Direct base tables. Agree, everyone? Everyone is that agree or not, sir? Okay. So now tell me, complex views are also called as an what? Read-only views or not? Complex views are also called as an what? Read-only views or not, sir? Understand? Okay. Note. What do you mean by note, sir, here? Complex views are also called as, okay, complex view are also called as what? Read-only views, sir. Okay. That's all, sir. That's all about the complex views. And we have left what? Materialized view, sir. Okay. Materialized view that we are going to talk on the tomorrow session, sir. That we are going to talk on what? The tomorrow session. Hope you guys are comfortable, sir, so far with respect to the views. Any doubts? Any questions? I hope everyone able to access the notes from the GitHub. Am I right, sir? I hope everyone able to access the notes from the GitHub, right, sir? Yes. Okay. So let us see our course content, sir. Let us see our course content. So this is what our course content, sir. So we had successfully completed with what? Module 1, Introduction to Database Management System and environmental setup for Oracle and MySQL, and database commands like DDL commands, DML commands, TCL commands, DRL commands. All these commands we had completed with respect to the module 3. So when it comes for the module 4, integrity constraints, we have discussed with what? Integrity constraints, what? Primary key, foreign key, check constraint, check constraint, not null constraint, and all these constraints which we have discussed, sir. With respect to the classes, where class we discussed, group by class we have discussed, having class, order by class, and order by class we have discussed, sir. With respect to what? Union operators, such as union operator, union all operator, intersect operator, minus operator, and we just discussed about special operators like in condition, not in condition, between, not between, like, not like, is null, is not null. We are already discussed about this, all these things or not, sir? Tell me, sir. We covered these things or not? Module 6. So when it comes for the module 7, we just discussed about what? SQL functions or not? SQL functions or not, sir? Module 7. Are we covered with the module 7 functions or not, sir? Arithmetic functions, character functions, date functions, aggregate functions, everything we had covered or not, sir? With respect to the subqueries concept, we have discussed or not? What is a subquery? What are the different types of subqueries? Single row subquery and multi-row subquery. Okay, correlated subquery, sir. Okay, correlated subquery, we'll talk it, sir. Okay, and then so SQL joins, sir. So we just talked about all the joins or not, sir? So such as equi join, okay, such as equi join, left outer join, right outer join, full outer join, okay, and then Cartesian the cross join, okay, cross join, self join, all these joins we have discussed or not, sir? Come on, guys. Are we discussed about all these joins or not? Yes. Okay. So other discussions like we just talked about with what? Database sequences and database indexes and database views we are talking or not, sir? Database views are we are talking or not? So tomorrow most probably we will complete with what? SQL part, sir. Okay. So after Pongal vacation on Monday onwards, we are going to start with what? PLSQL programming, sir. How to create a stored procedure in SQL and MySQL, and how to execute that stored procedure in MySQL and Oracle. Okay. What is the difference between stored procedure and stored function? All these things we are going to talk, sir, in the Monday session. Okay. In the tomorrow session, we will complete with what? Materialized view, so that we'll wind up with what? SQL discussions, sir. Understand, guys, everyone? I hope everyone following the things, sir. Yes. Okay. So successfully we are going to complete with what? SQL by the tomorrow session, sir. Once we are done with materialized review discussion, Okay, so we are successfully completed with what SQL concepts, and Monday onwards we will start with what PLSQL concepts, sir. Okay, that PLSQL concepts is helpful for your what JDBC programming as well. Okay, how to execute the stored procedure in callable statement using callable statement. All this stuff it is going to be useful for you, sir. If you are attending with the Spring Boot and microservices, so you may get a chance to execute like as in the stored procedures using Spring Data JPA, sir. Okay, yes. Okay then. This is all about for the today's session, sir. Again, we'll connect back on the tomorrow session. Tomorrow we'll complete with what materialized view, and we'll talk about the rest of the things on after vacation of the Pongal, sir. Okay, as I already given you the information, sir, we do not have the sessions on 13th, 14th, and 15th. Holidays has been declared for Ashok IT, and at the same way, again the session will connect back on the 16th, sir. That is Monday. Okay. Yes. Okay then. Any other questions, sir? Wanted to discuss? Yes, Roshni, I will give you the unmute option, sir. Just a minute.